Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I cannot be with you in person, but I'm happy to be able to contribute to this final session of the 10th Green Week. And what a successful Green Week it has been. This is the biggest of the European Commission's events devoted to environmental challenges and to European Union policies to address them. This is an event for you, our stakeholders, and you have responded in force. I'm told that over 3,500 of you registered. This is a forum to debate policy and to network. And because it coincides with the United Nations 2010 International Year of Biodiversity and the review of our current biodiversity targets, the event has even greater relevance. There is also a growing realization of the close link between biodiversity and climate change. If we can safeguard biodiversity, we can reduce climate change. Clearly, there has never been a better time to take stock of biodiversity. So this week, we have really had the opportunity to put biodiversity under the microscope. We have considered the state of biodiversity now, but also the future paths we need to take post-2010. We have seen just what pressure our ecosystems are under, but also just how much benefit biodiversity and nature can provide for us. In his opening speech to the event, Commissioner Potočnik spoke about the danger of not being ambitious enough in our efforts to stop biodiversity loss. He was not just talking about the pressure we put on our environment, he was also talking about the economic damage we do by destroying crucial ecosystem services. These natural resources are as valuable to us as the raw materials they provide. They give us food and drinking water, and they do so much more. They help regulate climate change, store carbon, treat our waste, and prevent floods, droughts, and hurricanes. They provide habitats and cultural services. I could go on, but I think just from this limited list, you can see that there is a reason why we call biodiversity a lifeline. Without it, we will not be here. And we are finally, at this rather late stage, realizing fully just how important it is for us to maintain these natural powerhouses. This is why we set out our vision for a post-2010 European Union biodiversity policy, and this is why the European Council endorsed it. This vision commits us to protect both biodiversity and its ecosystem services. It makes sure they are protected, valued, and appropriately restored. It recognizes their contribution to human well-being and economic prosperity. It also sees the disastrous consequences of doing too little, too late. So until 2020, we need to take bold measures to stop the rot when it comes to biodiversity loss and ecosystem degradation in the European Union and beyond. A key component of our efforts in the next few years will be the idea of resource efficiency. This will help us to combine our need for both sustainable economic growth and environmentally friendly policies. There are grounds for optimism. We already have a successful history of using environmental legislation to improve our water quality and forest cover. And of course, the UN has given us a fresh look at biodiversity through its study on economics of ecosystem and biodiversity loss. The LIFE program and Natura 2000 are other great examples of environmental policies that work. But our real success will depend on going beyond the confines of environment policy in line with Europe 2020 strategy. Success will depend on integrated work across a number of sectors, and I will make sure that the Commission always follows this comprehensive approach. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, only 3 years ago the word biodiversity meant nothing to about 2/3 of European Union citizens. By 2010, 2/3 knew exactly what it meant. This, I think, shows just how far we have come in a relatively short time. And the success of yet another Green Week tells us that there is a momentum which we cannot afford to squander as we head towards Nagoya in October this year. It is our world to lose, so we had better be careful. Because if we cut this lifeline, there will not be another. Thank you for your attention.